Hello everybody, Ed0626 here. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today, it seems as though every couple of weeks it's like a game of catch-up here on the channel. Between me uploading a video, planning future content, and then life getting in the way, pushing all that content back. But that's neither here nor there. It's better late than never to talk about today's topic of the video, which is the Battlefield 2042 latest map, reclaimed, the latest season, and everything that is happening after this current season is over, which is what I'm really excited about. So let's get right into it, shall we? Reclaimed is probably in my top 3 of all the maps that have been released for Battlefield 2042 thus far. It's just that good of a map, and it only makes sense considering that, from what I understand, it's a spiritual successor or a reimagined version of Zavod from Battlefield 4, which is one of my favorite maps out of the base maps of Battlefield 4. It only makes sense that the map is that good for Battlefield 2042. To me, this map has everything you can possibly want. It has great infantry combat, which allows for different styles of play to take shape. It has pretty decent choke points, and we'll get into one of those choke points in a few minutes. But the flow of combat just seems great. You know, like, the vehicles aren't too overpowering like other maps have. It's just a nice balance of everything, but I feel like it's mainly focused on the infantry aspect, at least from what I've gathered in my time playing the map since its release. I will say this though, out of the 2 snow maps that we have, which is Reclaimed and the other one that is escaping me because I really don't know half the names of these maps still, despite this game being out for almost 2 years. Comparing the 2, Reclaimed is the best of the 2. It's just the setting makes more sense for Battlefield 2042's story that they're trying to tell through multiplayer or things of that nature, like an old military base that is got graffiti all over it and all that jazz. You know, it's pretty cool. It feels old, it looks old. You can see from some of the tanks that are being used as far as like placements go. Of dead tanks, I mean. It seems like it's an older map. Like, the map has been around for quite a long time, and it just feels abandoned, you know? So I really like that out of the 2 snow maps that we have, Reclaimed to me is the best overall looking, in my honest opinion. Not to saying the other one with the big oil rig isn't all that bad, but to be honest with you, it's a real pain in the ass to maneuver around. So I would much rather have Reclaimed as a map as opposed to the other one. Now, here's the only issue I have with this map. Actually, I have 2 issues. I hate getting shot from the fucking ceiling on the maps, dude. I fucking hate it. I know it's easy to get up there if you have Mackay, but I fucking hate people that use Mackay and use that grappling hook to get up to one of the ceilings, that the broken one, I forgot if it's C1 or C2, but one of the 2 middle conquest points, the one with the broken roof. I hate when motherfuckers get up there, dude. I don't know when they're up there, and I hate when I get shot by them, and it's like, damn, I wish I would have known that you were there. But you wouldn't have known because the map doesn't really pick up on something like that, in my opinion. And when you're in a firefight, you're not really thinking about who's up on top of the roof because there's not much roof to get on there to begin with, and those who are lucky enough to get on there do a pretty good job of hiding themselves when you're getting shot in the back by them. So that's just a don't hate the game, hate the player sort of deal for me. But this, in particular, is where I kind of hate the game. So the D1 point on Conquest, which is also one of the last capture points in Breakthrough, I dislike that point for many reasons. However, I like that it offers pretty much entirely infantry-focused combat. It's a point that people can fight over. It's a massive choke point, definitely. But it's a really, really, really hard point to get. And the only way you can even make a dent as far as trying to get into the point if you're outside, because the entire capture area is located in the bunker. I hate that you have to constantly keep throwing grenades, which ends up just being massive grenade spam all over the place. It's terrible. And those of us that have survived the PTSD of Battlefield 1's grenade spam, and we know how much we all struggled during that time, it just reminds me of that, and it leaves a really bad taste in my mouth because I remember just how bad grenade spam was in years prior with other games, and I feel as though, considering that they're releasing not one, not two, but 3 versions of grenades in this season, it doesn't really help the situation, if you want my honest opinion. So I'm not a fan of the grenade spam. I like the point. I like how that's difficult to capture if you are the attacking team on either Conquest or Breakthrough, but I dislike the fact that it pretty much ends up being a grenade spammy fest. And it's just not something I'm very keen on personally, because I remember the days where I had to deal with multiple issues of that in other games, and it just left a bad taste in my mouth. And those of you that know what I'm talking about know. Those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, well, I suggest you try and find a server on Battlefield 1 just to get an idea of what I'm talking about. But that's just my honest opinion. People can disagree. I respect people's opinions on that subject, but it's just not for me. That type of play, anyway. I abuse it, yes, but I don't like abusing it. Now let's move on to the future of Battlefield 2042, and I believe we're currently on Season 5 of the game, which, surprisingly enough, we've gotten this far. And it seems as though we are going to continue to have support for the game, which was released right before the Season 5 map dropped, which is nice. Well, nice in the sense that we actually have some concrete answers now, finally, considering that we were left in limbo for the last several weeks when these rumors were dropping. But I'm very happy with the fact that DICE and EA are continuing to support the game to the best of their ability. How I want them to support the game is kind of left for debate amongst the community. I definitely think that they should put a focus on more maps with each season. Instead of giving us 1, give us, say, 2 maybe. Is that asking for so much that I can ask for 2 maps instead of just dealing with 1? Because I feel as though at this point the game could be cutting off support at any month or so. So Season 6 could be the last season, Season 7 could possibly be the last season. We are now at a point where we don't know what's next. We don't know when the end is going to be. So I want DICE to give us as much good quality map content as they can. And in addition to that, I would like more weapons added to the game. I'm not so much worried about gadgets anymore at this point, because I feel as though you can't really add much more than what you already have, considering that specialists have their own gadgets, and you can also carry another gadget along with that. So what else can DICE possibly add at this point, is my question as far as gadgets go. If you want my honest opinion, I think they should just solely focus on maps and weapons. I like the fact that the weapons that they have added already from Portal are now getting support as far as universal attachments goes. I have used a few of the guns with universal attachments, as you've seen throughout the course of this video, and I think it works out pretty good. I think they're finally competitive. So right now, I think the game is heading into the right direction. The ball is more or less in DICE's court, and what they choose to do with that is up to them. They could shoot a clutch 3 like Steph Curry, or they can completely fumble the bag and pull out a video of themselves holding a gun on IG Live like Ja Morant. I still think that should have been more than 25 games of a suspension, but that's neither here nor there. That's not the point of the commentary today. But either way, that's all I have to say today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment down below what you think about the map and the current future of Battlefield 2042 for the foreseeable future. And with that being said, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and have a great day.